Well, good afternoon. It's Wednesday afternoon, roughly time around about midday, and you can just see the cow approaching Nick there. I'll pan round. We've just done the long walk. As you can see, we've got the barrow here and tackle everywhere, and we've jumped back in the swims which we pre-baited last weekend, and by the looks of it, that's the reason why they called this swim the car drink. Old Macy behind Nick there, he fancies a drink. Nick's playing bouncer and he ain't letting him in. He ain't got a black tie on, mate, has he? Yeah, he's not alone. There's quite a few of his friends behind. So there we go. Yeah, he's not having it. He wants a drink. He's he ain't saying no for an answer, mate. Right then, we'll get the rods out and hopefully get him out in his swim if old matey is going to let us do it. It's all good for him. Right, let's get the rods out. Well, the ridge monkey's on. I'm going to tuck in shortly to some bacon sandwiches. And we've got a bit of sausage with us, as you can see, and probably hear the pitter patter on top of the Recon brolly. Rain has arrived again. Mr. Rudge is just about to put his second rod out. Finally, he's had a bit of a, well, he's done a lot of prepping, should I say. Plenty of empers gone in and chops, tied up some bags. So yeah, Nick's going to stick this one out as the rain comes down again. We have got a bit of a blue sky emerging over the back there. You might just be able to see it. There we go. So we'll let Nick stick that one out and yeah, settle in. We'll be fishing into dark. I don't quite know what time we're going to stay till, but we're going to give it a real good go this afternoon. And as always, hopefully we'll have something to show you. So no pressure, mate. Yeah, just watch that tree. I think this is going in the channel where we put a load of bait in last weekend. There we go. Right on the pre-baited area. Right, let's sit back and see what happens. Well, it's just gone 10 to 9. A few items up the top of the bank, just getting a few things together, but yep, that's the scene just before 9 o'clock. Rod's still out, and Mr. Rudge is to the right of me.
Alright.
Been a quiet night, mate, isn't it? Well, quiet afternoon stroke night.
Yeah.
Evening.
Yeah, we've learned a few things. Obviously, we do know that these fish tend to come in close later on at night. We're not sure how late, but yeah, the guy off the site had a 28-pounder from this exact spot.
Yeah, incidentally, there's a caravan site just around the corner from where we're fishing. So yeah, just for the purpose of the video.
And a lot of his fish came late in the evening, early hours. So we've obviously took that on board, and we've just got to keep persevering. Put a lot of bait in, which is what you've got to do. And we just sit and hope.
Yeah, well, they're definitely here, mate, because
yeah,
if we cast our minds back, say 2 weeks ago, we saw 2 fish show that day on the Saturday. We came down last Friday to do some pre-baiting. Nick had a bit of fun on the stick float and I took a spinning rod. But whilst we were doing that, I saw 2 fish show, Nick saw 2 fish show. They were all carp. So that's 4, that's 6 shows, and we've seen a show this evening.
Yeah.
So they're certainly on this stretch, but as Nick quite rightly said, the bait's got to keep on going in there and just persevering. So I've got about half a bucket left of key and key cray, which is going to be introduced before we leave this evening. Oh, I'm just going to butt him, mate, because we've got a couple of Chinooks in the distance. Can you see him, mate?
Oh, my favourite.
As soon as I heard that thud, I thought, I recognise that. There we go. That's a great sight that is on a lovely summer's evening. Sorry about that, mate. What was I saying? Yeah, so we're going to introduce what bait we got left this evening. Back on the spots which we've been fishing, and we've been having a chat. I think we're going to come back down Friday, mate, and have another good go.
Yeah, definitely. It's no good putting a bait in and then not coming down. That's just, you know, not the way, is it?
No way. But yeah, so we're going to fish into dark, that's for certain. What time we're going to fish till? Probably around about 10ish, half 10 late-ish. And then, as I said, more bait goes in, and unless anything crops up in the meantime, we'll be back down here Friday to continue our pursuit of a river carp. So unless anything, yeah, or a barbel, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Anything's a bonus, to be honest with you.
I mean, being carp anglers, obviously the #1 target is a carp.
Yeah.
That's the #1 target. But as Nick just said, if a chub comes along, a big chub or a barbel, they'll all be welcome, mate. Afternoon. It's Friday afternoon. We're just coming up to 3 o'clock, and yep, as you mentioned in our previous part of this, well, two-parter, which was Wednesday. It's now Friday. We're back once again for our second session of the week. Heavily baited this area again before we left on Wednesday evening around about 10ish. You can see me bait over there. Chili hemp. There's actually a tin of bacon grill, which I've got on one rod this evening. Yeah, so I just put you in the picture again. Left hand rod, just towards that bush there. Oh yeah, baited that spot heavily with key cray boilies, chili hemp, chops, and on there I've got a single key cray bottom bait, fished over chops, and about 9 to 10 pouchfuls of hemp. And the right hand rod is fished just off the ledge in line with the tree on a big piece of bacon grill, and we've had 1 or 2 blips already, which I've got a good feeling they're going to be small chub, because there's quite a few along this stretch. Mr. Rudge is to the right of me. Afternoon.
Well, again.
He's doing a similar approach, fishing off that right bush there on a key cray bottom bait, and doing exactly the same as me. There we go, right in cue. Nick's just had a bleep. That's on the rod fishing the meat, so yeah.
Yeah, good chance they're small fish pecking at
I think so, mate, yeah. The sun's out now, but it wasn't about 20 minutes ago. We've had an absolute wretched downpour, but I think we're going to experience that looking at the Met Office website, or the app on the phone I should say. They're saying it's going to be showers, heavy at times, with sunny spells up to around about 6-7 o'clock this evening, so yeah, we can live with that. But yeah, that's the scene that's approaching 3 PM on Friday. Is it going to happen tonight, mate?
Let's hope so. I mean, we're doing the right thing. We keep prepping the swim. That's all we can do. We know they're here.
Yeah, they're here, mate.
Definitely,
Yeah, they're here.
just,
I'm convinced of it.
you know, as everybody knows, river carping ain't easy, and they could be anywhere. Thankfully, as I say, we have seen them in this particular area. So,
Well, as we probably mentioned on Wednesday, mate, the 3 weeks that we've been coming here, either pre-baiting or having a little dabble. We've seen at least 7 carp show, so
Yeah.
there we are. I mean, I don't know how many is actually on this stretch. That's impossible probably to tell, but there's carp
Just got to
here.
persevere.
Yeah, there's carp here, mate.
You know, I'm quite happy to catch anything.
Mhm.
A carp, fantastic, but you know there are a lot of other species in here, so you know.
There is, mate, yeah. I brought my lure rod down this evening, so I shall have an hour or two chucking a spinner, and yeah, a couple of last Friday it was. I had a small pike and a few perch, which yeah, that was nice. Nick,
all good fun while we're waiting.
yeah, Nick brought his float rod down and had a few small chub on the stick float. So yeah. Right then, I think it's time to get the kettle on, mate. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
whilst the sun's out, dry off a bit, because I don't know about you, but I'm quite damp.
Yeah.
Right then, let's get that kettle on, and we'll speak to you hopefully during the evening with something to show you.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, good evening. We're just a shade past 7 PM, and as I pan round, you can see it's turned out to be a lovely evening. I don't want to tempt fate, but we haven't had rain now for a good 2.5 to 3 hours. So the forecasters have got it right. They said it was going to clear up about 6 o'clock. And we've been left with this beautiful setting. A bit of an update on the fishing front. You might be able to see my spinning rod over there, which I am hopefully going to put to good use again shortly. But I had a bit of a cast around with that a couple of hours ago. Managed to catch myself a little perch. And yeah, this is the real funny one. We're both using, and I mean big lumps of bacon grill this evening. Minutes after mine going out, I had a right bang on the rod tip, and I just thought it's either going to go, and nothing happened, and we just left it. So yeah, around about half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, something like that, I thought I'm going to bring it in, make sure the meat's still on it, rebait, all the rest respot, and believe it or not, I got a roach hanging off the edge of a size 6 hook. Yeah, Fang X, size 6, and the piece of meat was, well, when I say big pieces of meat, they're like golf ball size, isn't they, Nick?
Yeah.
It was nailed good and proper, so I can only say that bang that I had and those quick double bleeps within minutes of it going out was that fish, and it managed to nail itself. Unbelievable. But yeah, I've respotted it, and since then nothing's happened. But yeah, just enjoyed yet again more bacon, sausage. We must say a big thank you to Don Guest, our
Mr.
local
Guest.
butcher, mate.
Yep. Thank you very much, Mr. Guest.
He never lets us down. Well, he kind of like us on this session. Me and Nick are quite a favourite of his. Well, a favourite of ours, I would say. He's
Chili and garlic sausage.
but he got loads in stock, hadn't he, Nick? But they was in the freezer, which is no good to us because yeah, by the time we got here, he just wouldn't have thawed out. But so we had to do with his pork sausage. But yeah, it's just awesome, innit, mate?
Definitely got some for next time, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. But so we're full up now. We're just waiting for something else to come on the feed, and hopefully pull one of them tips over and make one of them R3s sound. I've got to be honest with you, mate. I thought that meat would have produced.
Yeah.
Well, it has for me. I've had a roach.
I mean, it looks absolutely perfect today. I'm just, as I said before, it was never going to be easy.
No. The boats haven't been too bad, have they?
Until you said, you know what, there ain't been no boats down here, and then within minutes there have been about 4 or 5
Yeah, there
coming
has.
down.
But we've noticed though, haven't we? Around about 5:30, 6 o'clock, they just tend to. You watch a blooming ferry will come down now or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
about
cruise ship will come down next.
about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and they do tend to That's it. No more, but overall it hasn't been too bad, has it?
No,
And most of the ones who've come past have been friendly, haven't they?
yeah.
All been waving at us. We had one guy, was it, I don't know if it was last Saturday, no, it was a Saturday, the first session we did down here. He literally came down there when we saw him through the gap in the trees, and yeah, there's a boat coming. And literally, as soon as he got to the end of that bush, he saw me and Nick, and he just put his foot down, didn't he?
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, are you for real? And I saw him, mate. He was laughing his head off. But all the others all the others since then though, have been great, been friendly and chatting across the river. Everyone's been great. So, as always, there's always one has to spoil everything, isn't there? But so are you feeling confident still, or?
Well, I'm persevering. I think, you know, patience is the virtue in it. You know, you've just got to keep trying, keep plugging away. If it doesn't happen, back to drawing board, and obviously have a think about where I might be able to improve my chances again.
You did mention earlier that possibly if it doesn't happen tonight, the next visit we might try a different area.
Yeah.
Because when I
I'm
was
also going to have a chat with the guys on the caravan site, where obviously my family have got a van, because as I say, they've been having them to like £28, and I'll probably get a bit more info, which should help us. But in my eyes, and you know, we're not doing anything wrong. You know.
Well, I was just going to say before you went on to what you just said, is when we was here last week, I think it was a week today, we only did a short session at me to bait up and just do a little bit of float fishing and spinning. But I was about 4 or 5 swims down to the right, and I saw a fish show there clearly, mate.
Yeah. Well, they've been showing themselves. That's why we know they're here. Otherwise, we wouldn't be fishing here, would we? If they weren't in this area, we wouldn't be fishing at all.
No, not at all. So that might be. If it doesn't happen tonight, have a rethink, as you say.
A few spots further up.
Go and pick their brains on the old caravan site. Yeah. I mean, from what you've been telling me, they've been quite open as well. They haven't been secret squirrels kind of thing, you know.
They're nice guys, actually.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got to know my family, and I know this is the particular peg that they've actually been fishing from. So.
Well, as I said earlier on, I think it was in the it must have been the previous blog. The guys that I knew before you joined the club, when I came down here to do some work and maintenance on the banks, they told me the same. They were coming to this swim, but they were pre-baiting, and it took them a few weeks to get things established, but they did have results. And it was just down to, I think they were getting on a bit in their lives, and at the time the price of fuel was just ridiculous. Yeah. And they was having to come home from work or fit it in between. I don't know whether they're retired. It just got too much for them in the end, and reluctantly they. I think one of the big factors was the walk. Yeah. From where the car park is in the pub, and you look from the car park up to where we're fishing, it doesn't seem that bad, does it? But
I mean, we're lucky really as well, because if we can't get down here, obviously with my dad being down here.
Yeah, he's offered to put some bait on it. Yeah,
baiting for us,
which is quite very kind of him.
Yeah.
But rightio then, mate. So yeah, we're just going to sit here, digest our food, and watch the water on once again a glorious evening. And yeah, fingers crossed, as always, something happens. Yeah. I'm definitely going to pop down to where you were. About an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, because you did say you spotted some perch and a few pike under a
pike grabbed out of a chub that I was bringing in and snapped me to pieces, obviously.
So I do fancy a go for them, mate. And yeah, just for those watching, the rods will not be unattended. Nick will be staying here to man all the rods. So yeah, we just want to clarify that. So hokey cokey, I'm going to go and do that, and yeah, we may catch up with you later. Right, you can just about see the rods. It's just after 9:30. I'll tell you what, the temperature, I know we're near water, but the temperature has dropped considerably, to a fact where we can see our breaths, and everything is just really dewed up and damp. So yep, she's gargling, and very soon we'll be reeling in. Slightly disappointed, if I've got to be honest. I mean, the amount of bait we put in over the last 3 weeks, yeah, there's got to be something out there having a munch. Yeah, I'm not necessarily expecting it totally to be carp, but chub, bream. We have seen 2 bream show tonight over the spots where we've been putting the bait in, and they weren't small bream, were they, Nick?
No, no, definitely not.
But we've been having a chat amongst ourselves, so the next plan of action is a night.
Yeah.
Because, like you do, looking at all the pros and cons, we're thinking, are these fish coming in and having a munch throughout the early hours? So, is there no one way to find out?
Yeah.
So, unless anything crops up, this time next week, we'll be just settling in for our first night on the river. So, that's the plan, isn't it, mate?
Yep.
So, it's looking like another blank, which is 3 on the trot. So, as I just said, the next time you see us, we'll be in, our 3rd river blog, and we'll be on the rods throughout the evening into the night. So, yep. Once again, disappointed, nothing to show you really. But oh, just before I leave, I did go down and have a bit of a mess around with the lure rod as promised, and ended up with 2 perch and a little pike.
Yeah.
So that was enjoyable. But yeah, number 1 target as always is carp. So not really dejected, but slightly disappointed. Nothing's materialised yet. But yeah, the next part of the jigsaw, I should say, is a night.
Yeah, we'll see whether they actually do feed in the night.
And one way to find out, mate.
Yep.
So, yep. What we've managed to get on film and show you has been, well, reasonably entertaining. We always try our best, but
Yep.
yeah. We'll see you in the next blog.